Hello and welcome to Learn Redis with Python and Django. I'm Xander and I'll be your guide throughout this course. Now this tutorial is part of a full course playlist available for free on YouTube. For a deeper, more structured learning experience, the complete course is also available on Udemy. You'll find all the links and resources in the video description. Now don't forget to subscribe to the channel for weekly promotions, exclusive discounts and Udemy course giveaways. Right, so in this tutorial, we'll set up a RedisInsight container using Docker and connect it to our running Redis server to help manage and inspect Redis data more easily. So this topic is important because using RedisInsight alongside Redis provides a very simple, clear way to explore and interact with your database during development. In this tutorial, we'll focus on just quickly getting it started, and as we start to work through the course, we will use and interact with our Redis server using the RedisInsight graphical user interface. Right, so underneath the previous Redis service we created in our Docker Compose, I've created now a new service called RedisInsight. Notice the name of the service lines up with the previous service, so be careful with indentation, and now we simply need to specify the image. Now there's a whole bunch of tools that come with RedisInsight. In this course we're simply going to use it to connect to our Docker Redis container, and then we're going to use it to interact with our Redis server to view, inspect and explore how to use Redis. Right, so as of recording, 2.68 is the latest. Again, just use whatever the latest version is, else if that doesn't work, just fall back to this current version. Right, so I've renamed the container to RedisInsight for us to be able to easily distinguish the Redis server and the UI. Depends on Redis. So here we're going to try and create an order in which containers are started. So there's no point having this tool started if Redis hasn't started first, so we use depend on to try and change the order in which containers are started. So this depends on Redis to start first. Now the default port for RedisInsight is 5540, so we simply map across our local machine's 5540 port to the container 5540 so that we can communicate with this tool. Now this is going to be a web-based tool, so we're going to open up the browser and interact with this tool through the browser. Right, so the same command again, we can use the Docker Compose up build to bring up our new RedisInsight container. You can see it's downloading 89 meg it looks like. Once that's finished, it will then start the container. Right, so you should now have two containers in our stack, Redis server and RedisInsight. Right, so let's go ahead and configure and connect to our Redis server. So localhost :5540. That should take us to RedisInsight. The most simplest setup here is just to agree or read the terms, obviously, and then agree to them, submit, and there we have our Insight interface. Right, so to start off with, we need to connect to our server, our Redis database. So add Redis database link up the top left here, just zoom in a bit, and now we need to connect to it. So if we go into connection settings, the host, where is Redis now actually running? Avoiding drawing any pictures here, what we need to understand is that when we create these containers are now running within a Docker network, within Docker, say. So in order for these containers to communicate with each other, then we simply need to use the name of the service to connect to that container. Now behind the scenes, Docker has an internal DNS server. So when we use the name of the service to access a container, Docker will use that name, work through the DNS service to translate it into an IP address, which is the internal IP address for the container, thus being able to build a connection between the containers. So my point is here, if we take the name Redis server, and that's the name of the container, and then use it here in the host and add Redis to the database. So remember the default port 6379, so make sure that matches up if you have obviously changed it, and then we can add the database. So the database has now been added, and we can then view this database. Here we go. So we're now technically, say, inside or connected to our Redis database in the Redis container, and we can now start working with our Redis server. Now, for pretty much the duration of this course, we only need to access two sections here, and that's the browser. So this is where we're going to see all the data that's on our Redis server, and then the workbench. Here we're typing commands and practice and learn how to interact with Redis. So we're going to work on a need-to-know basis. As we work through the course, we'll interact with these tools and learn a little bit more.